At first glance, the Dark Lord appears to be a straightforward antagonist. He is ruthless, destructive, is driven by chaos. His immense power and willingness to erase anything in his path makes him one of the most dangerous stick figures in the series. However, looking beneath the surface reveals a far more complex character. His actions, relationships, and ultimate choices suggest that he's not simply evil for the sake of being evil. Instead, he is a character torn between his destructive nature and a bond that he shares with his closest companion, the Chosen One. The Dark Lord's defining characteristic is destruction. Unlike other characters who fight to protect, survive, or seek freedom, he embraces annihilation as both a purpose and an outlet. His powers are designed to corrupt, infect, and erase, and he uses them with frightening efficiency. Destruction is not merely something he does, it is an extension of who he is, whether because of his creation or his experiences. He channels his emotion through violence, making destruction his primary means of expressing himself. Yet this destructive instinct is not absolute. One relationship consistently stands apart from everything else: his friendship with the Chosen One. Before becoming enemies, TCO and TDL were partners. Created under similar circumstances, they fought side by side against a common oppressor. Their shared experience forged a bond built on trust, loyalty, and mutual understanding. They were not just allies because they had the same goals. They understood each other's pain in a way no one else could. This history gave emotional weight to the interactions that they share later. As TDL descends further into violence, the Chosen One becomes one of the few remaining connections to his past. While the Dark Lord is willing to destroy cities, enemies, and virtually anyone who stands in his way, he hesitates when it comes to his former friend. This hesitation is significant because it reveals an internal conflict. If destruction is his greatest desire, then sparing the Chosen One represents a rare moment where another emotion overpowers that desire. The contradiction makes the Dark Lord compelling. His inability or unwillingness to completely destroy the Chosen One suggests that friendship still exists beneath his rage. Even after betrayal, conflict, and years of opposing ideals, he cannot fully erase the one person who fought beside him before. Their shared history continues to influence his decision, proving that the bond they formed was stronger than even his obsession with destruction. When having the opportunity to have his Virobots or himself kill TCO, he chooses neither. He's very willing to kill the Color Gang and TSC, but when it comes to TCO, he chooses to leave him be and go into the rest of the internet. Even after the events of the Showdown, the next time TDL sees TCO, he only punches him. Even with the opportunity to kill him and get his revenge, he only punches him and leaves him alive. Rather than seeing this as a weakness, it can be interpreted as evidence of humanity, or plot armor for TCO, my goat. The Dark Lord may have embraced destruction, but he has not entirely abandoned his capacity for attachment. His actions imply that, despite everything he has become, part of him still treasures the friendship they once shared. He may bury those feelings, but they never truly disappear. When Victim is down and out, TDL extends his hand, giving him one last opportunity to join him as he is, knowing full well if he killed him, he'd be under his control. It's his desire for companionship, one that he doesn't understand, but it's a product of his time with TCO. This complexity also highlights the tragedy of his character. The Dark Lord is trapped between two opposing forces. One side of him that only seeks destruction, pushing him to eliminate everything that stands before him, and the other that clings to the memory of companionship with the Chosen One. These desires cannot coexist peacefully, and the resulting conflict drives much of his character. Every confrontation with the Chosen One becomes more than a battle between hero and villain. It becomes a clash between the person the Dark Lord has become and who he once was. The Showdown is one of the greatest showcases of TDL in his characterization. When TCO pushes him out of the internet, he and TCO are on equal planes, representing their friendship and how equal they were. But when TDL pushes TCO down into the water, it shows that he's drowned out TCO. He's now fully severed their friendship. And as TCO is in the depths of the ocean, TDL with his new power ascends to a higher level. His power and desire for destruction are now reaching the skies above. Another neat thing is how polar opposite he and TSC are. TDL was shown to gain power after severing his bonds, whereas TSC gained his powers after his bonds were taken away from him. And also, obviously, their powers are opposite. TDL, virus, disintegrates code and destroys. TSC, an antivirus that has the ability to restore what was lost. Ultimately, the Dark Lord is more than a destructive force. He is a tragic figure whose greatest strength is matched by his deep emotional contradiction. His desire to destroy everything around him defines much of his identity, yet that desire has a limit. He cannot completely destroy the one person who mattered to him most, who unironically was the one person he was coded to destroy. His friendship with the Chosen One leaves him with just the code to destroy, the desire to destroy. And even with that hurt and betrayal, we still have yet to see TDL do what he was created to do, to destroy the Chosen One. On the outside, it looks like TDL is being driven solely by evil. On the outside, it looks like TDL is being driven solely by evil. But it could be that the Dark Lord is driven by a conflict, a battle between his need to destroy and his lingering bond that even he cannot erase. I mean, this is just tradition at this point. We're gonna do this. Alan, I need my GOAT TCO. I need him to pop off in these next few episodes. He needs to stop being no one. He needs to come back as TCO, okay? And I need this. We are not gonna have this Motherfucker TSC. Where's the orange? We're not gonna have this Motherfucker TSC, okay? Get green glowing, superpower Omega eyeballs, and shoot laser beams at the Dark Lord. Again, we're not having that, okay? I think that's maroon. Oh boy. I think my OC stick figure just. Anyways, we're not having TSC just one tap the Dark Lord again. That's not happening. We already had that. Okay, we don't need that anymore. And yeah, we don't need that anymore. What needs to happen is this motherfucker TCO needs to absolutely lock the ball sack in and go shoot laser beams at the Dark Lord and just kill him for good. Okay. He needs his get back. But another thing I need this. We need to see TCO's backstory. Okay, not like what happened between MV2 and 3, and I need this guy Victim to see it. He needs to go into my goat's mind. He needs to do the what's it called? The little mind wavy thing, the mind transfer thing. And he needs to see his memory. See, because what people forget is that TCO was with Alan for 4 years. That is a 4-year. The age gap between TSC and the Dark Lord is shorter than the time that TCO spent with Alan. 4 years. So, though Victim may have had the quality of being with Alan in terms of like just being absolutely tortured, TCO, he had the quantity, dude. Okay, Victim, I think it was 7 months with Alan being tortured constantly, multiple times throughout the day. This motherfucker of a TCO was 4 years doing who knows what. He could have just been sitting there as an ad blocker, but we know that Alan, he kind of likes to fling TCO around just for fun. And what can he do? He's stuck to a ball and chain weight. For all we know, TCO could have been just as tortured as Victim, and we just have no clue. And Alan could have kept that ball and chain ad blocker thingy on him. So who knows? But anyways, I need that. And I think I need TCO. He needs my guy. He needs an upgrade. He needs an upgrade because clearly he's the weakest. This guy's supposed to be the chosen. What is that head? He's supposed to be the chosen one, and he's just not locked in. I really hope it's just that he's mentally nerfed. If the excuse is that he's mentally nerfed and he just doesn't want to hurt anyone, but he's actually like one of the strongest, okay, I'll accept it. But this guy, he in terms of power scaling as we know it, he's getting cooked by TSC, the Dark Lord with his new glowy black hands, and Hacker, man. He's getting cooked. And I just need him to lock in. Please. I need this. Please! Bring back my goat. My goat, TCO.